everyone, I'm Ananya and I'm going to talk about 5 points I wish I knew earlier before I went to Korea. Stay till the end because the last point is the most important one and I wish I knew that before I went to Korea. So let's get started. Stay till the end. Okay, let's get started. You can't do everything online right away. So when you reach Korea, you sort of think that you can go out, do online shopping, use online apps, but that's not the reality. Until and unless you have ARC, which is your alien registration card, you cannot use some services. And ARC is very important to order things online or order food online. Services like Coupang, Benim, Yu-Gi-Oh! So they require you to have an ARC. Until and unless you have that, you can't use any services. So until your documents are sorted and you have an ARC, you have to actually compromise on a lot of things. And when you are new in Korea, you sort of think that okay, when I'll reach Korea, I'll do everything, but that's not the reality. So I'm telling you, be prepared. Korea is not open 24 hours. People think, a lot of people actually think that Korea is a country that never sleeps, and yes, some areas are active late at night, but in reality, most cafes, restaurants, stores, shopping mall, and even many local shops or restaurants, they close around 10 or 11 p.m. And if you're hungry at midnight, your options become much more limited. And if you're a vegetarian, just forget it. Like, just forget it. And of course, convenience stores are open 24 hours, clubs are open, but some areas or some things they usually close late at night. And I have learned this the hard way, but you know, it's real. Like, Korea does closes after 10 or like 11. And I thought before moving to Korea that I can literally roam around whole of Korea late at night, even take some buses and metros, but it's not true. Subway station also stops after 11 or 12, and also buses they do stop after a certain time. So be prepared for that. If you have this in mind that it's open 24 hours, no, it's not true. It's not a reality. Be ready to walk a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Even if you use buses, subways, you'll still find yourself walking every single day, walking to the stations, walking between the transfers, walking uphill, walking back home, because I realized that in India we do have very straight roads, very straight ways, but in Korea it's not true. I had to literally walk uphill after finishing college, and it used to be like a 10-minute walk. Even after like taking a bus, I used to feel utterly exhausted, and sometimes I used to walk like empty stomach hungry. That's one of the reason why I hated living in Korea because I had to like walk a lot, because back home that was not the case. And sometimes, I had to carry like groceries, my luggage, shopping bags, and all like three at the same time, maybe like at times. If you're moving to Korea, comfortable shoes are honestly one of the things that you have to carry with yourself, and you will like thank yourself that you carried some very comfortable shoes with you. So yeah, remember that. Don't expect that you don't have to walk. You have to walk a lot, and you will walk a lot in Korea even after you're taking buses or like subways. Be ready to do everything alone, and moving abroad kind of teaches you to live independently very quickly. And you have to figure out like transportation, paperwork, grocery, appointment, laundry, cooking, and like everything by your own. And Korea as a country is a very individualistic society, and we cannot deny it. Like, I guess if we know about Korea, we know that people there are very independent and they like to live by themselves, and they sometimes just like to be alone, and that's how Koreans are, and you can't blame them, it's their culture. But it does comes with a lot of responsibilities sometimes, like you have to carry your things all by yourself, even like your hand is hurting, or like there's a lot of like things that come with it, and loneliness is one thing that you're gonna feel when you'll be living in Korea, because sometimes you might not know anybody, and you might not be able to even reach out to anybody, because people can come off as very cold. They might be cold, or you just perceive them in that way. But yeah, like be ready to be alone in Korea, be ready to feel lonely, be ready to be independent and so strong. Get your SIM card before you arrive. This is probably the one thing that I didn't know earlier, and when I moved to Korea I did face a lot of difficulty. So I'll suggest you to buy a SIM card online, and Chingu Mobile is one of the SIM cards that I trust and I have used, and I found that they have the best service in comparison to other brands that I have heard. I don't know, but as speaking of Chingu Mobile, I loved using their SIM card. Also, like before I explain you anything, go to their website, use Ananya 3000 to get 3001 off. If you are going to Korea as a student, you're traveling, it will help you and you will get off. So yeah, use my code Ananya 3000 on their website. I have left every single detail of how to do that in the description, so you don't face any difficulty. So when you land in Korea, basically when you land in a new country, so the first thing you need is internet access. You need it for maps, transportation, to contact people, and obviously you have to tell your parents, you have to tell your family that you have arrived safely. So it's very important. So I would suggest you to buy a SIM card online before you go to Korea, and do use my code. Okay, let's come back to the topic. So these were the 5 things I wanted to tell you. I hope it helped you somewhere. Don't forget to check Chingu Mobile through the link in the description and use my code Ananya 3000 to get 3001 off. If you have already been to Korea, do share your experience in the comment section. Do tell me what I have missed and what I can cover in the upcoming videos. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.